Hey guys, Eric with East Texas Homestead, and Billy here. He's not sure where we're going. Woo, get out of here. All right, it's time to move the goats. See all this beautiful weeds? Yeah. I used to not appreciate all of it until these guys showed up on our property, and we've been trying to find ways to feed them, make it cheap and easy.
Get back here, Peter.
None of that has been super successful. So we came back here under our power line easement, and if you saw our previous video, you'd see where we placed them in this paddock. And I guess that was, what was that, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. Actually, I think maybe 2 weeks exactly. And this is what they've done. Check it out.
Oh, exactly.
They have really done a number on it. Pretty much the only thing that's left in here is briars. So while I think they still have food they could eat in here, let's go inside. While they still have food that they could eat, a couple of the goats are getting picky, and they're starting to jump out of the electric fence. So you can see here a lot of briar leaves left. The stalks of the goldenrod and whatever else is in here. But overall, they've done quite a number on it. There were a few, right here you can see there were a few like sweet gum trees. They've pretty much taken all the way back. So we're going to move them this morning over to this area. It's a much smaller little paddock, but just this little triangle here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw them in there just because it'll be easy to move today, and then we'll start taking them back over here and maybe over here. And then I really want to come back in and start turning this into something a little more palatable, a little more pasture-like, as opposed to briars and just nastiness. Come back over here and show you a little close-up kind of what all this looks like. You see goldenrod, you see briars, you see some passion fruit in here, or maypop, as you guys pointed out in the last video. Thanks for all that information, by the way. See, there's some dewberry or boysenberry, or not boysenberry, dewberry or blackberry, whatever you call it. Man, there's just some grasses. There's some honeysuckle. But yeah, so I think I want to turn it into something a little more, like I said, pasture. Now I know a lot of people will say that goats like this stuff, they don't like pasture, but honestly, anytime they can get into grass and leave this alone, they do it. So I don't know. I'm really not sure what we want to do, but the question is, should we plow all this up and reseed, or just mow it down, see what comes back up, and just keep doing that? That's the question. Let me know in the comments below. Well, got it all installed. You can see the drastic difference between over here on the left, the new paddock on the right. These goats are going to have a good, I'd say at least a good week and a half, maybe 2 weeks here. Hopefully they will, enjoy it, do their job. We'll see. Here's old Billy. He's kind of become a loner lately. The other goats do their thing. He does his own thing. A lot of times he'll hang out with the other Billy. We call him PT, who is somewhere back there. Actually, I don't see him. He must be doing his own thing too. Anyhow, yeah, this since we're way up here on the top of the property, there's not a lot of water sources around here. Since I put this feed trough here, this this watering trough, there have been so many, I guess, creatures that have been utilizing it, right? So you got these bees that are around here, that hornet. You got, you can tell that other varmints will come out here and take part in it. Raccoons and such. So anyhow, we just went on a little mule ride, way down underneath the power lines, and we're just kind of assessing what we have out here that we can graze. And this is by far the most grown up area, as far as it has the most vegetation. Everywhere else actually is more pasture already. So we are going to probably throughout the next year or so start looking at developing it and seeing what we can do. So I'd definitely love to hear from you. What are things that you've done in a situation like this? Is there anything that any advice that you have as far as pasture management, trying to transform the property from thorny nastiness into something that the goats are actually going to like? Because they really don't love the thorns. I know goats have a reputation of like, oh, they'll eat anything. They don't really want to eat briars, and they do it super reluctantly. And since there's so much great stuff outside the pen, they look at the briars and go, nah, nope, not going to do it. So I'd love to have some input down below. Should this all just be disked up and reseeded? Or should it just be mowed? Or should we just basically paddock them through 1, 2, 3, come back 1, 2, 3, and just keep, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever, and just let them do all the work? Let me know. All right, thanks guys.